Hello. Hey, this is William Toel speaking. Now, the regime says that Corona is all you should be talking about. That is not the most important thing for your future. 7 years ago, a year after Russia's annexation of the Crimea, I spoke face-to-face to editors of 6 major German newspapers and 2 large German magazines, and told them that Vladimir Putin would take Kiev. Now, whether then or 10 years from then, that was irrelevant. It would take place, and Germany needed to begin thinking about what would that mean and what would they do. Now, Putin would take Kiev because it was the spiritual heart of Russia, and there is none other. Well, I was told by these well-informed people that I was simply misinformed. Putin, as a former communist, was an atheist, and Russia was a small regional power not to be taken seriously. Well, Putin was a big talker only, and the Crimea was one-off. Well, in reality, Vladimir Putin is a deeply devoted Christian with a real and personal relationship to God and Christ. He believes, with good reason, that his ascension to power and his activities are perfectly timed and blessed. 7 years ago, I recommended that NATO offer Putin a sufficiently wide access corridor and then declare Kiev an open city, that this alone might begin real negotiations. Well, instead, NATO now seems willing to risk 100,000 young lives. Few, if any, are from the households of Stoltenberg, von der Leyen, or Scholz. In order to give the perception that NATO is credible and that they are doing something. Well, they know in the back of their minds that their efforts will not change history. The West displays an arrogance that mocks the idea of honor, a blind spot that will prove costly, pride before the fall. For Vladimir Putin, Kiev is the spiritual heart and center of Russia. Kiev is a bride that can never belong to others. Well, this is a deeply sacred thing in the hearts of all true Russians. A significant percentage of them are willing to die for it. Most Ukrainian elites are not. The New World Order people in London and New York, they have no sacred cause other than money and power, and neither are sacred at all. Now, the points that Vladimir Putin has made consistently and publicly over the past 6 weeks are mostly legitimate. If the shoe was on the other foot, these same points would be used by the Western allies to justify any action they deemed necessary. As I said recently in a video to German mothers, now conflict becomes a real probability. The questions of 7 years ago remain. What does this mean to Germany, and what will they do? This is William Toel.